So what is self-compassion? So self-compassion actually consists of three parts. The first one is mindfulness or noticing. The second one is common humanity or knowing that we're not alone in our experience. And then the third one is kindness or nurturing. So if we start with the first one, mindfulness. So sometimes when we go through something that is difficult, we might not even really notice it. It's just something happens and we might react, or there just might be like an undertone of irritation or discomfort. So we're not really aware of the fact that, something actually hurt us. So that's why mindfulness is important. It's just stopping and noticing, like, oh wow, like there's actually something that doesn't feel okay, or I'm actually hurting right now. So mindfulness helps us to notice that something's up. And the second aspect is common humanity, or knowing that we're not alone in our experience. Because sometimes when something happens, it's like we go into self-isolation. Something embarrassing happened, or we failed, or somebody hurt us, and then we just shut down. We maybe go into our rooms, we shut the door to our house, and we just isolate. And then it's just really important to know that we're not alone in that experience, and that, in this very moment on this planet, how many people aren't feeling exactly that way right now. So then from that self-isolated state, we can kind of open up and be like, it's like our heart, our being reaches out and remembers all of those other people going through the same thing that we're going through in this very moment. And then the third aspect is kindness or nurturing. So just tuning in and seeing, like, what is it that I really need in that moment? Maybe it's as a simple gesture as just putting a hand on our heart and being like, hey, everything is gonna be all right. I've got you. To allow our inner voice to be supportive and kind rather than self-critical, because sometimes when something goes wrong, the normal response is being like, oh my goodness, why did I do that? And how could I be so stupid? And on a physiological level, we're actually making it much worse when we're being self-critical, because the harsh self-criticism and that critical inner voice activates our sympathetic nervous system, and it just continues feeding that spiral of fight, flight, or freeze. Whilst again, the kind inner voice, or the just gestures of kindness, alleviates that response and activates our parasympathetic nervous system. So to recap, self-compassion consists of three parts: mindfulness, or just to know that something is up, and then common humanity, so we remember that we're not alone in this experience, so we don't have to isolate. It's not only us that fail in this world, or that do something wrong. And then third, self-kindness instead of inner criticism.